Hey everyone, welcome to the online program of Amrita Civil Service Academy. My name is Sivi Joy, and as part of our Mains Master 2020 program, in this video, we'll be having a discussion on a question on social justice. So the question goes like this: decentralization, communitization, and mainstreaming of the social determinants of health has been the biggest achievement of National Health Mission, and the key directive given is critically examined. So this is a 10-mark question. It's for 150 words. So going into the question, the key theme in the question is National Health Mission. So we'll begin with that. So we have the common structure of introduction, body, and conclusion. We'll be going with that. So while going with this, I like to say that since the key theme is identified to be the National Health Mission, that has to be referred to in the first part. What is the National Health Mission? And you make a secondary in the second part, that is of the same introduction, which is of 3 or 4 lines. The first 2 lines should be a definition of what is the National Health Mission. A working definition would be sufficient. What is the idea behind National Health Mission? And then you can link it to the second part by saying that the key themes asked in the question was decentralization, communitization, mainstreaming of the social determinants of health. So we can say that the National Health Mission touches upon these 3 angles to improve the health sector in the country, or you can even give an example of how this has been achieved, or you can say some achievement the National Health Mission has made. So that is how you link the first part and the second part. Mainly talk about what is the National Health Mission, then make a link to the decentralization, communitization, mainstreaming part of the National Health Mission, and say how this has brought about a change in the healthcare sector in our country. So that is what we'll be discussing it in detail in the introduction as we go deep into the introduction. But right now we'll be having just giving you the structure of what should be there in the first part and the second part. Once that is done, we'll be going inside the body. Now, because in this question, one of the greatest advantages is the question itself has shown what is the demand of the, it has very clearly given the subheadings for the demand of the question. The question goes decentralization, communitization, and mainstreaming. Decentralization, communitization, mainstreaming of the social determinants of health has been the biggest achievement of National Health Mission. And we need to establish it because the key directive given is critically examined. First, we need to say whether this has been a success. So you can take up these 3 words. You can put up decentralization, put up communitization, put up mainstreaming, and say what are the what are the possibilities or the angles that the National Health Mission has brought about in part of decentralization, in part of communitization, in part of mainstreaming, and then say that out. Just write it out, saying this is what they have done here, this is what they've done as part of mainstreaming, this is what they've done part of centralization, this is what they've done part of communitization. The answer does not end over that. The key directive given is critically examined. While we've just given the, we've examined it, they are asking for a critical examination. So we can see that even though all this has been done, there are still many problems India is facing with regards to the health. So we need to bring in the criticisms and the challenges of it. So what is the criticism and challenges? Only with that will your answer be complete, especially your body part. Once that is done, you can go for the conclusion. In the conclusion, you can say that, yes, India is lagging in all these factors, but if we do so and so things, we can bring about a change in the healthcare sector and ensure that the population in India is healthy and leads a very productive life. So we can conclude the answer by giving a positive note. On a positive note, if possible, if you have some models of healthcare which has been highly successful, you can bring that out as part of your way forward case studies and something. This is what you can do. This is what is supposed to be done. So this is how our answer is going to. This is the structure. From the structure, we'll go into the detailed explanation of it. So first, introduction. I told you what is needed. We'll be writing the definition of National Health Mission. Now, if you look at your key, you can just say what is the National Health Mission, what are the 6 missions under it. You can just give a general idea of what is the National Health Mission, what is its key objective. The key objective is to ensure that the health sector in our country is improved. The basic, primary, secondary, and the tertiary care in India is assured to all of the people. So you can just give a working definition of it. You can give what are the major 6 missions that come under it, or you can even say why the NHM was needed because of the certain factors in India, like the large out-of-pocket expenditure, or the poor availability of healthcare insurance, all of this can be said to be a reason why NHM is important. So in case you don't have an idea of why NHM, what is exactly the National Health Mission, you can even state the importance of National Health Mission by saying that India is in a critical juncture where we have a large aging population, while at the same time we also have a very young population. So India needs to address both sides of the equation, and to bring about coordination, we need a specific mission plan like the National Health Mission. You can even say something like that. You can bring about something like that to showcase the importance of NHM, or you can give a working definition of what is the National Health Mission. Either of them would be right. You go to the second part. Once the NHM is given, you talk about how this has brought in brought in a decentralization, communitization, and what is the change they brought in. So you can say that the key idea of National Health Mission was to decentralize the health services, so it is available for the grassroots level, communitize the healthcare services so that each community, so that each person who in different parts of the country can access the health facilities in their own region. Then you can go mainstream it so that the standards of quality are also retained. NHM covers all these three. So you can bring about a single line definition encompassing all this. You can say that, I would like to give an example by saying that NHM in a country like India, where there's a large aging population and where there's a large young population, a critical mission like National Health Mission is needed to coordinate all the resources. The advantage of NHM is it ensures that there is decentralization and communitization with grassroots level medical healthcare facilities, while at the same time ensuring that the access to them is within each community itself. And it ensures that the standards are maintained through mainstreaming the services all across India. You can write an introduction like this, ensuring that what is NHM, what is the objective of NHM, while at the same time ensuring that you cover the second part of the question also. That is how you can do it. Link it with the first part. Once you link it with the first part, your introduction is done. You gave a definition or a working definition of NHM or its importance. Then you link the second part with it. Our introduction is done. Then we go for the body. While we go for the body, like I said earlier, the question itself has given us, we need to show the, the extent of how this has been achieved, especially in the theme of decentralization, communitization, and mainstreaming. So we need to say what are the successes that NHM has achieved in this. So we'll take that as it is. We'll just take it. We'll take the keywords from the question itself. That is decentralization, communitization, and mainstreaming. So in concept of decentralization, in many problems in India there was a lack of trained personnel for operating these healthcare facilities. So augmentation of healthcare human resources and the large intake of ASHA workers along with increasing infrastructure was one of the main ideas of decentralization. How there was a large number of primary healthcare centers were built across each village and each community, ensuring that the need for traveling for a long distance to access basic healthcare was reduced. It ensured there was a decentralized healthcare service for each and every village and for each and every individual. That was the idea behind building the infrastructure. And while building this infrastructure is one part, to make sure that we have enough personnel to manage it, the other part was ensuring that we recruit people as ASHA workers and also as other medical personnel to bring about proper surveillance and proper healthcare to the people who are in the fringes of the society. So that was the idea behind decentralization. Under that, the augmentation of human resources, the intake of ASHA workers, and the increase in infrastructure. So if you look at the key, it has some data within it. So nearly 27,454 human resource personnel were taken on contractual basis, and they have been added to the resource pool. And they include 1,141 ANMs, 9,101 staff nurses, 962 specialists, 7,859 Ayush doctors, and 12,957 paramedics. So it's not possible for you to learn all this, but please understand what we mean by augmentation of HR. We've added so many people to the pool so that they can get the basic healthcare is available for all. That is what we talked about, augmentation of HR. With specific regards to ASHA, a female community health worker called ASHA has been engaged in each village in the ratio of 1 ASHA per 1,000 population or 1 ASHA per habitation in tribal areas. So we've ensured that there is 1 ASHA worker per 1,000 people, or at least in one tribal habitation there is 1 ASHA worker. This will ensure that the minimal first aid at least will be given to these population, and in case of anything they can be just the ASHA worker will ensure there is a coordination with the primary health center. So this was the idea behind ensuring that there is decentralization of medical facilities under the National Health Mission. So we can talk with that. We can go for communitization. Communitization is ensuring that the community is a participant of it, and there is large in the community there is quality healthcare services are provided at each point of the level. So looking at that, we have the mobile medical units. Mobile medical units, the idea is to provide doorstep healthcare for each of the population who is involved in this. So nearly 200 mobile medical units were institutionalized and released across the country to ensure there is doorstep healthcare service delivery. So this brings about in each community an availability of a mobile medical unit. In case of areas where there is lack of basic infrastructure, that would be one of the best possibilities one can use to ensure that the healthcare is provided to remote habitations. So you can take that mobile medical units as also an example of communitization of it. Another thing is community participation. So one thing under the National Health Scheme, one thing that is under the National Health Mission that has come up is the Rogi Kalyan Samiti, which is, I'll write this down here, Rogi Kalyan Samiti, or the Patient Welfare Committee or the Hospital Welfare Committee. So this Hospital Management Society ensures that it's a group of trustees to ensure that the affairs of the hospital is run properly, or the affairs of the patients are taken care of. This makes sure that there's a community participation in it, and the hospital's management is it's effectively managed by the public themselves. It can be considered to be a kind of social audit, but generally this ensures that the hospital is run properly according to the demands of the people, and the healthcare provided there is of a qualitative nature. That is the idea. You can put this keyword Rogi Kalyan Samiti as part of the community participation. Now under infrastructure, one thing I forgot to say is nearly 5,200 new buildings were constructed and nearly 8,990 renovations were taken up all across India to improve the district hospitals, the primary healthcare centers, and all these things. So you can say even that can be included as part of the infrastructure growth. And we earlier discussed about the augmentation of HR and the inclusion of ASHA workers in 4,000 population. Once that is done, we talked about two parts of the question. One was the decentralization part. We talked about the communitization part. Then next is the mainstreaming part. How we mainstreamed healthcare all across India. First thing we did is we mainstreamed Ayush facilities all across India, ensuring that Ayush healthcare is also available for the people. And this has actually increased the viability of Ayush medicines all across India. So going for that, you can say that since inception of National Health Mission, mainstreaming of Ayush has been taken up by co-locating Ayush facilities. We just match them together and just launch them. So nearly 1,431 primary healthcare centers and equivalent facilities, and nearly 1,361 community healthcare centers and other equivalent facilities have been taken up for co-locating Ayush facilities. So whatever is present there, an Ayush facility will also be present, and this will ensure that both the personal management and the human resources will be definitely available for managing the health in our country. So that is something that has been done as part of the mainstreaming initiative. The other is the National Ambulance Service. Now, while mobile medical units provide door-to-door service, in case of any emergency, in case of any trauma or critical care, the idea of a National Ambulance Service has been brought in. Now it was already present, and now they brought in a national helpline of 108 or 102. You can dial this to access the National Ambulance Service. This will ensure that there is critical care, especially for trauma patients, and everything can be given. This is the main idea of 108. And for other services, like pregnant women and children, you can use the service of 102. So bringing in a number which has been implemented all across India is one other solution you can make to ensure there's mainstreaming of the National Health Mission. You don't have to find individual numbers for different states or districts, but rather there's an all India helpline, which is 108, which is meant for medical emergency. So that is another achievement that has been brought about under the mainstreaming aspect of the National Health Mission. So we talked about decentralization, what are the achievements made under it. We talked about communitization, what are the achievements made under it. We've talked about mainstreaming and the achievements made under it. But this does not end over here. There are so many challenges and criticisms we still face with regards to the health sector in India. And we should be discussing that because the key directive given in this question is critically examine. So what are the criticism and what are the challenges that India is still facing despite the achievements made in the National Health Mission? So looking at that, if you look at the key, it mentions that the public expenditure, health expenditure in India is very poor. Public expenditure on health is poor. It comes to just 1.3% of our GDP, I believe. Just 1.3 of the percentage of the GDP between 2008 to 2015. So this shows a very less investment on public health. Another important thing apart from this is the large out-of-pocket expenditure. We can talk about this. Another thing we can say is we can talk about the poor infrastructure present in many places, which results in people going to private facilities, and this again makes a connection with large out-of-pocket expenditure. You can also talk about the lack of health insurance in our country. That is also a problem which we are facing. Apart from this, a very important problem as part of a criticism we can say is the rising incidence of non-communicable diseases like diabetes, cancer and hypertension. So increase in these kind of lifestyle diseases has actually placed stress upon the system, and it has also placed stress upon a family's finances. So we can say we have not yet devised a national strategy to tackle with these. So we can say that this is the criticisms and this is the challenges that are present in front of the National Health Mission with regards to ensuring that the health sector in India has to change. So these are the challenges present. We can stop with this, but this does not end over here. Before your conclusion, you can write in a way forward. You have space. If it's since it's a 10-mark question, there may be an absence of space, but if possible, you can implement a 2-line paragraph saying that we should increase the public expenditure, or even if the way forward can be combined with the conclusion, and you can say that if we increase the public expenditure, we improve the infrastructure, we can ensure that our society is going to change and we can bring in better health, resulting in a country which is not only disease free but also healthy, and which is not only disease free but also leads to healthy living, which leads to a country which is completely productive. So we can end the answer with this. We can bring in a way forward measures like increasing public expenditure, improving the infrastructure, which will lead to not only a better health but also a productive nation. And once that is ended on a positive note, your answer would be complete. Other than this, you can also bring in some case studies or models. So, famous healthcare model I would like to quote is the Kerala model. You can look at the Kerala model of healthcare. Say what are the achievements they've made. Is it possible? Can be replicated all across India? What they have done and what is needed to be done to be replicated all across India. So all of this can be done, can be brought about in your answer. This is the general theme, general structure, a fleshed out structure of how your answer is supposed to be. So before concluding this video, I'd like to go for a recap. In the introduction, you talk about what is the National Health Mission. You either give a definition of it or you give a importance of it, and you link it to the second part which is talks about how National Health Mission has the decentralization component, the communitization component and the mainstreaming component. While going into the body, you talk about how National Health Mission has the decentralization component done properly. We talked about how the HRs, human resources have been taken in, how the ASHA workers have been selected, and how we have improved upon the infrastructure. Following that, you have the communitization angle. You can talk about the mobile medical units, the Rogi Kalyan Samiti, which has been brought in to ensure there is community participation in the management of the hospitals. Following that, in the mainstreaming angle, we can talk about how Ayush has been co-located with the other primary healthcare facilities, and how National Ambulance Service has been brought about to ensure there is a pan-India emergency helpline for critical medicine or critical healthcare. The number of 108 in our mobile phones is accessible for critical healthcare all across India. So that is what we talked about in mainstreaming. While all these achievements have been made, there are certain criticisms, that is, there are certain challenges in front of the National Health Mission. And what are they? We talked about how the increasing non-communicable diseases, the poor infrastructure, which leads to increasing dependence upon private facilities, and the dependence upon private facilities leads to large out-of-pocket expenditure. The large out-of-pocket expenditure is because of the poor healthcare insurance in a country. The poor healthcare insurance can be linked to saying that our investment on public health has been very less. It's just 1.3% of our GDP. So all the challenges can be linked together inside a single point. You can just mention it in separate points to get the good fleshed out link, or if you are writing in a paragraph, just ensure there is a link between all the lines. Once that is done, you can go for your way forward / conclusion by saying that we need to increase public infrastructure, so that our infrastructure, we need to increase our public expenditure so that our infrastructure gets improved, and which will lead to a better health. That will lead to a productive society and a better India. That is how we can conclude on a positive note, and I would like to end this video with this. So thank you everyone. This is CB Joy signing off. Have a nice day.